PCVI Network, près des yeux, près du cœur. Le réseau qui vous aide à protéger votre santé visuelle.
Good evening, good afternoon, based on your time zone. And this is the time we're going to have a little talk together again tonight to everyone watching PCVI Network. Today we're going to talk about the passing behavior. A lot of you may ask why Dr. Pence is talking about passing behavior, because this is a social worker matter, but guess what? We've been getting this type of cases almost every day. We get a lot of, believe it or not, and any little topic we try to talk in our little segment is because this is stuff we've been dealing with. We want to educate you. We want you to be informed, and we want to educate you or to better deal with this type of situation, whether you are an eye care specialist, or whether you are a nurse or a primary care physician, or whether you're in the medical field or whether you're not in the medical field. This type of situation, when we get them, we can share them with you, because we have so many PA patients. Most likely we have patients that at younger age, we have kids, we have adult patients, and we have all age patients. They all express what they call the passing behavior, because we have kids that come to our practice and most likely their schools send them. And when their school send them, these kids, the reason the school send them to our practice is because they cannot see well in school. Is because when they're in school, some of them when they're in school is because they are not doing well, and the teacher doesn't even know that until, because some of the school has nurse on site, and once in a while they just do some checkup for all everyone on the school. And I guess some of them, they do check up for this. So they have strong astigmatism, they may need a prescription, they may need glasses. But these kids never disclose that to their friend. But their parent, even their parent, they don't say it to them. And when these kids come to our practice, the first question we said, when we look at to the prescription, when we do a fraction for them, when we look at how strong is the astigmatism they have, we said, wow, or strong is what the power of myopia. They cannot see how bad they've been see at distance. We asked them, are they be able to function in class? Some of them said to us, I never see. When I say in class, I cannot see the blackboard, but I'm afraid of saying that to my peer. I'm afraid of saying that to my teacher, because if I said that to them, my peer or my classmate, they may remove me from the group. And we even have one that even explained it to us. This one, he was a gentleman. He said to me, guess what? Even sometime, because I have my girlfriend, and I don't want her to know I don't see well. And recently, when I'm going out, I want to make sure I'll go with my another friend I have. He drive. And we said we're going to go together. He said, but she never asked me why you don't drive yourself, because we go in the group. She said to me, even when we go to a restaurant, and when they give me the menu, I already figure out what may be in the menu, and sometimes I'm just listening what they're going to order. I said, I'm saying the same. I said, I said to him, that's not a good thing. He said to me, well, guess what? If I said that to her, I don't want her to see my big prescription, that I have big prescription glass or not, or I don't see well. I said, I don't even read the menu. I said, I want the same thing they want too, and that's for kids. We have a day example. That's one example for kids, but we have example for adults. And because, as I said in one of a Creole show, French Asian show recently, and we have one of a patient. He has a supervisor position where he manage number. He's working at a job. He said, but he recently has a bad glaucoma where he is losing his vision. He lost a lot of vision, and if he doesn't take care of it, the vision is keep going to lose, and he doesn't see well. But when he comes over here, ophthalmologist already said to her, his ophthalmologist already said to him, they cannot do anything for him. But because he went to several ophthalmologists. And now, when he come to us, because we show him what type of low vision device that's going to help him. He said to me, I cannot show that in my job. I don't want my boss to know if my vision is not good. If I know that I may lose my job, he might remove me. He said to me recently, as I'm driving to go home, I saw my boss seem to be my boss asked me, can you give me a ride? He said, he start taking his boss is washing him. And that's one addict that doesn't want the boss to know, because they don't want to they think the boss may find out they lost their vision, they may lose their job. And we have adults too, old age. Recently we have 81 years old patient, and that explained to us, and she been having struggle of vision for a while, but she has other health condition. She said, this is one of the condition I'm just add up. And she said, when I go to church, I love my church. This is what keep me going. But I don't want to when I go to church, and I always be in the group because I sing. I'm part of the groups that sing in the group. What they call in the choral group. I don't know if it's the word is correct. My IT can correct me, as I'm speaking, because as you know, English is my second language, and as you can see, and when he's in church, he said he sing when she's in church, she sing in a group of people. She said, I'm always avoid for the pastor to ask me to read the Bible, to read any part of the Bible, because I will not be able to see. Even sometimes when they ask someone to read, I always try to be behind. I'm always in the group. I don't want them to see I don't see. And I don't want them to know that I don't see. Guess what? This is all three examples I try to explain to you. This is all the passing behavior. These people using the passing behavior in a way just to it can be benefit for them. But as you can use the passing based behavior as something that can be useful for you or benefit for you, but in the same condition too, it can be harmful too. Because guess what? And for the same kids that doesn't want her peer to know that he or she is visually impaired and they might need glasses to perform well in class, because they hide in this situation, they are not doing well in class. And for the same situation, and guess what? If this person did disclose the information to one of the family member of the peer of his friend, they might be able to help him get glasses, or if they already have glasses, they don't have to be afraid the thick lens. They may already have another alternative, because that's what, if you come to the person, even you need thick lens, we can give you a thin lens, because in our present we focus on lenses, as we always say that. He's a patient of us, and who don't want to explain to his job as far what visual, he could educate his boss as for visual impairment, as for what is vision loss. He could focus on his talent. He could show how good he is at his job, and he could advise his boss, if he has with a low vision device, he could be better. He could say to his job, he could explain to his job, well, and I'm not driving, I get a driver. You understand? He could negotiate. He could try to, if the job boss need it, he could negotiate and get a taxi Uber. There is a lot the person could do. It's like for the old person. Instead of hiding, don't let your friend know, or the people in the group know you are visually impaired. You could, if you talk to one of them, whoever you close with, they could advise you where a low vision in blind gap facility is. That could give you a device you can read nicely, like everyone. This is what we try to educate you. But if we have more time, because it's easy to say those things, but there is a way the communication could be done, because there is a way and you could express this type of situation. Because when the passing behavior, a lot of issue as for self-confidence, self-esteem, if you let that go, we don't try to manage it, take care of it. This person may lose confidence and self-esteem. It could go worse. It could be harmful and put the person and harm the person, because he's sometimes is emotionally very, very, very stressful. This is what I had for you, and I guess we'll be next time.
Did you want to learn more about how vision affects our daily lives? Well, this is a great segment for you because that includes vision in the classroom, women in medicine, and careers for the visually impaired, and much more. Each week, you can be fascinated by topics that include and branch beyond medicine, provided by the PCVI Network. Tune in on Sundays at 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. You can also search PCVI Network and the channel will appear on the search. New and exciting episodes hosted by Jerlene Aristide will be posted weekly. You won't want to miss this. Trust me. We'll see you then.
Oh, hi! It's me again. I know you haven't seen me in so long, and I apologize for that, but that's for good reason. As many of you know, my name is Jerlene Aristide, and I'm a master's graduate student at Stony Brook University, where I continue my studies from my bachelor's degree, which I've obtained in biological sciences at Old Westbury. And at Stony Brook, I study in a biomedical program with a concentration of biophysics and physiology. Oh, that was a mouthful. So as you can see, I've been very busy volunteering, doing different tasks, and trying to become the best applicant for medical school. So in preparing for medical school, it's actually very difficult, which if there's anyone who is listening and who is preparing for medical school also, you guys understand. And for any of those who do wish to go that path, trust me, it is not easy, but you can do it. So I'm so excited to say that my first segment, Returning, will be airing very shortly. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys about new information, new exciting experiences, and different guests you get to see. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to watch. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Let's look at the diversity in the day-to-day classroom. Diversity is a term that can have many different meanings depending on context. Nowadays, promoting diversity is a goal shared by the majority of institutions in the United States, including classrooms in school. How is diversity in the day-to-day classroom? Usually, students come to the school classroom with different backgrounds, sets of experiences, cultural contexts, and worldviews. However, diversity is an issue that plays a role in the classroom beyond these categories. For example, much educational and psychological literature demonstrates that students have diverse ways of learning. Some learn visually, through charts, graphs, tables, and drawings. Others may learn primarily through oral means, i.e. through listening to lecture. And others still may be primarily kinesthetic, i.e. learning by doing, project work, etc. Attention to learning styles is an important aspect of addressing differences among all students. Additionally, issues of diversity play a role in how students and teachers view the importance of the classroom and what should happen there. For example, assumptions about what a typical student should know, the resources they have, and their prior knowledge are extremely important. In some situations, the students may perceive that they do not belong in the classroom setting, a feeling that can lead to decreased participation, feelings of inadequacy, and other distractions. Teachers may make flawed assumptions of students' capabilities or assume a uniform standard of student performance. In this way, it is important to identify and think through notions of difference that would allow both students and teachers to see the classroom as an inclusive space. To maximize inclusiveness in classrooms, it may be ideal to use multiple styles of teaching. By encouraging students to assess how they learn best, or by directing students to self-assessment tests about learning styles. Switching between different modes may offer multiple ways of expressing difficult concepts to students. Nowadays, technological advances in aids, tools, and equipment have made learning more efficient for students and clients who are blind or visually impaired. Greater diversity of employment possibilities have been made available for qualified blind applicants. In the same way, the number of multi-handicapped students who are visually impaired have been increasing in the school system. It is also important we embrace the culture of our clients who are blind or visually impaired. It is important to understand that lack of vision does not mean that all students who are blind are similar in their characteristics. They differ from each other in areas such as sex, culture, mental ability, physical growth, and social maturity, and even there are added differences peculiar itself. The student who is blind or visually impaired needs to be considered as a complete person, and thought should be given to all qualities that contribute to his or her individuality. Teaching one student who is visually impaired does not necessarily equip the teacher for teaching another. There are some general effects of visual impairment, but once these are considered, educators must program for the needs of the student and his or her family.
PCVI Network, près des yeux, près du cœur. Le réseau qui vous aide à protéger votre santé visuelle.
Good evening or good morning, everyone watching PCVI Network today. As you know, this month the January month is Glaucoma Awareness Month. It's also Braille Month. That's been for the whole month, we're going to talk about glaucoma. I know you may get tired about glaucoma, but we're going to talk about it. But today, I'm doing a quick segment on glaucoma, because I feel like it's important, and I got the permission with one of my patients, that's Mr. Lismon Senatus, and she has glaucoma, and I get complicated, and she didn't know she has glaucoma until she already lost this eye, and she only have a little bit over here. And when she went to see her eye care specialist, they do surgery for her, they do everything for her, and she still doesn't see. And now she only have just a little bit of vision at 3 o'clock. As I always explain to you, I always see the eye like a clock, like where you see have 12 o'clock here, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock here. I'm sorry, 3 o'clock here and 9 o'clock here. And she only have a little bit of vision at 3 o'clock. Now, she went to all type of specialists, but they finally sent her to the press center. And when she get there, within a few months, we were able to give her a little bit of better vision, make her see where her vision is. And there is no better than that when I see Miss Senatus can sit down in this chair, 13 feet, and look at the blackboard and can give me a few letters. When she came here, she could not see. Even when she has to work, someone has to hold her. Doesn't even know where to sit down to identify a chair. But now, the problem is, a lot of patients are like this. It's not because she doesn't have vision. She doesn't know where the vision is. She doesn't know how to use the little bit of vision she has. And we are able to do that. And now, she is at her final stage, as her final rehab training at the press center. Now, good for her. At the end of the year, one of her patients, Jean Pierre, we thank him, and we will thank him a lot. We're able to give her that binocular telescope, as you can see, and she received it at one of the book signing activity. But she came to the office today for us to teach her how to use this equipment, because you can have several binocular telescopes. You may think you cannot see, they are not working, you don't see on them. It's because you don't know how to. It's not like you don't know how to wear a glass, because it's easy. As soon as you put a glass, you will see. But when you lost your vision, you have to learn how to see again. And there is no what can make us happy more than that. When I can see, as you can see, Miss Lismon was able to read all this letter, NCKACO, and she get all the way to 20/50. This is someone, when that came here, that could not even see none of the letter A when she came here. And today she can do that. And today she told me she will be able to watch TV when she is home. And no better than that. And guess what? Why I'm sharing this with you? Miss Limon, she was not like that before. By matter of fact, we were to have a little talk today. She told me she was the secretary of the State Senate in Haiti. You know, that's mean she used to have a successful life with both of her visions. She didn't know at this stage now she will lose her vision. That can happen to any one of us. What we try to do is educate you and advise you what Miss Lismon didn't do that make her get to that stage. And even if you get to that stage, what you should do to get back in life. Because now, Miss Lucy told me, Miss Lismon told me she will be able to watch TV. She will be able to watch her kids, her grandkids in the backyard. She will be able to, when she stay in an apartment, there is a lot of things she can do. This is no better than that. Now, we want to advise everyone during this month, try to get your eye checked. Glaucoma is a silent killer. No, unless you have an acute angle glaucoma, you will know it because you will feel pain, you have pain, stuff like that. A lot of people that have glaucoma, they don't know if they have it until, because the bad side for glaucoma is like when you have it, you still can read. Because you're losing most of the time vision from outside, vision from to the side. And some people even have tunnel vision. The vision, the close vision is good. That's one of the issue that make a lot of people doesn't even know until they get late. But it's always one thing I always say to all my patients: always try to check, close one eye, and you see, oh well, you see, close the other one, and always check, because she will not know. She doesn't see. She lost one of the eye if she used to do this, and get it checked. Now, what I said, it's easy to say it, because in the same morning I see a patient that come in, he said to me, I see well far, everything goes okay, I only need a reading glasses. I feel like when this patient just walk into the placenta, we are low vision and blind facility, it's just like I was almost said, but you come to the wrong place. And until a daughter said, can your guy check? And when we check, we see he's completely blind in the right eye. And he's been using only one eye. He didn't know, but he went to see several doctors. They give him prescription for one eye, but they never told him he doesn't see in the one eye, because the same prescription they put for the left eye, this is the same prescription they put for the right eye. We want you to educate yourself. We don't know how many of you may be in the same situation, and we don't want that to be happening to you. That's why we will advise anyone, whether you've been having several surgery already, whether you've been get served by the Commission for the Blind, or you've been just served by any other state agency, stuff like that, you still not so satisfied. You still will want to use the little bit of vision you have, because at the present center, not only we help you to see again, we help you use the remaining of vision you have. We help improve it with you, because we have a multidisciplinary team, and I'm going to announce you, we have a brand new at a internal medicine doctor that's coming. She did emergency medicine. She did emergency medicine, and she's an internist, and with a lot of experience, over 40 years experience, Dr. Woodinahim, that will be part of the team soon, and we'll have a chance to present her. She will have a chance to chat with you. Well, this is the little bit information I have for you for tonight. Hopefully the information I give you was helping for you, and one thing I would say before I leave, get your eye checked, get a complete eye exam, ask questions, do your homework, do some research about glaucoma. But if you have any question, you can always send us questions to the network, because we are here to educate you, or if you have any family member that's lost the vision, that visually impaired, or that have specific tasks they cannot do, or if any one of you used to do your work, used to take like 2 or 3 minutes to do work, now it will take you longer, 30 minutes. You have to find out. Sometimes it's not because the job is more difficult. Sometimes it's not because you're getting old, everything is okay. Get yourself a check out. If you check your primary doctor, he said everything is fine and everything is good, don't stay and say, I'm good, I see well, I just need a reading glass. And bad for you, you went to see a doctor, you said, I just come here for a reading glass. It just give you a reading glass what you want, but you don't do any check for you. In the meantime, you have some underlying disease that's going on, and we don't want that to happen to you. And this is all we have for you, and I'll see you next time.
PCVI Network, près des yeux, près du cœur. Le réseau qui vous aide à protéger votre santé visuelle.